What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here, helping you take your game to the next level. And today I'm back in the gun split close formation because I had some requests to show how I break down halfback wheel. Now, I did a gun split close play yesterday. I'll link that below, which is basically just like a very underrated play in the formation that I feel like most people aren't using to complement the split close offense, as this is one of the best formations in the game this year. Most people know about halfback wheel. It's been one of the more popular plays in the game for the past year or two. Very, very effective play. Was used a lot more at the beginning of the year than it is now, but still a good play. I've had some requests to break it down in the past, so I figured I would show you how I break it down. I did actually do a video on this play maybe a month ago, but it was kind of a new way to run split close. It wasn't just specifically halfback wheel. It was kind of a different way I was showing how to run it. But today I'll show you pretty much like the more standard way of how I like to run this play, basically. So going to come out in the halfback wheel. Now, to set this up, all I really like to do is I put the B wide receiver on an in route, and I put the Y running back on an out route, and that's it. Now, on the right side of the field, we have the high-low that I've talked about in many videos this year. We have the corner route and then the table route. So against any zone defense, if they're playing standard, we're going to be able to hit that flat route for about 5 yards and maybe more depending on the coverage. If they play underneath to try to take that away, we have the corner route wide open. So that's the first thing I'll show against cover 2. Just a simple bullet pass. We can rack catch it. He got a weird animation there. Still got about 5 yards, but usually they'll catch that more in stride. And it's just an easy dink and dunk. You know, if they're not going to play underneath, you know, take it and get your 3, 4, 5 yards on it. The faster, I mean, Witten's not very fast. The faster the tight end you have here, the more effective that part of the play will actually be. Now, on the left side of the field, we have a similar thing here. We have this out route here to the running back, and if you rack catch this against pretty much any zone that's not underneath coverage, you're going to pick up huge yards, as you see. We'll run it one more time. You just want to bullet pass it, rack catch it, and as you can see, with a good speed running back, you're going to get about 8 yards against, and this is a cover 2. Against cover 3, it's usually even better. Now, also against a cover 2, we have this in route here to Cole Beasley. That's going to get some nice room right over the middle of the field here, as you can see, get some extra yards after the catch. So we have all these good underneath routes that our opponent's really going to have to key in on. Now, this post route we can still hit even if they're playing standard coverage. We just want to pass lead it inside, bullet pass it. You definitely need to possession catch this so that you get down. That's basically the only thing. So we have these 3 underneath routes, which is making it very hard for our opponent. So if they try to play us underneath, putting these hard flats on the field, we can still hit the post, of course, because the post works against regular coverage and underneath. But now if they play underneath to try to get greedy and take away these short routes, now we have this corner route, as you can see, and we rack catch that and almost get a touchdown. So that's why this play is very good, because of the fact that we have so many good underneath routes that they have to key in on. But if they were to try to play underneath, we have 2 huge routes we can get really big yardage out of. So that creates a problem for our opponent. Now against cover 3, we have the same thing. If they're playing standard, we can dump it off in this flat, and this thing is going to be huge money against cover 3. Should have been a lot more yards there, but you know, the game gave us a stupid animation and Witten just kind of lost control. So let's see if we can do it again. I think maybe it's because his agility is not very good. I'm not sure. It might have something to do with it. But as you can see against a cover 3, yeah, these flats are just money against cover 3, because these purple zones are not going to be anywhere near the vicinity. On the left side of the field, same thing with Elliott. As you can see, pick up about 13 yards there. If you're playing someone that likes to run a lot of cover 3, this is the play right here. You can just destroy them in the flats all day. And then you still have this in route coming across the middle. It won't be as good against cover 3. They'll kind of clamp down on it a little bit quicker, but still a safe 5-yard play. You know, 5 yards of play, you're good all day long. Now, we can still hit this post route against cover 3, but like most cover 3s, when we throw a post route, we're going to have to aggressive catch it. Mainly because that deep safety is going to be in better position to defend it. So the aggressive catch is going to give us kind of like an animation that allows us to jump in front of that deep safety, which I'm going to show you right here. Just pass lead it to the right, and as you can see, pass lead it with a bullet pass, and you hold that Y button, and you're good every time. You jump right in front of that deep safety, and you're good to go. If they were to play a cover 3 with underneath coverage, we could still hit that post again the same way, but instead of hitting these underneath routes, we would then hit this corner to the sideline and possession catch that. So again, if they try to play cover 3 and cheat underneath, we're good to go there. Now, against man, I would say something I like to do if I see the defense pressed up like this in front of all my wide receivers, that's typically going to mean man defense. Now, some people might try to confuse you and press you like this in zone defense, but typically when people play zone defense, 90% of the time they're going to base a line because it puts the defense in a better position to defend you. Most people aren't going to do this in zone, but when they do this, it's typically going to be man. So when I see the defense pressed up like this, I like to motion snap my in route. And the reason I do that is because it is unbumpable, but because of this corner route right next to it, he's going to get bumped, and that's going to kind of make our B wide receiver on the in route, he's going to run into the other defender, and it's not going to allow him to get the true separation that he can get. And so against man defense, he won't be as useful. But if we do a little bit of a motion snap like this, he's going to get good separation now, as you can see. And this is Cole Beasley on Josh Norman, and we still get 10 yards on it. He's not very fast. He's a decent route runner, but not very fast. So, imagine a much better wide receiver there. You're going to get a lot more separation than that. So, like I said, when I see him pressed up, that's the one little adjustment I make. And if they happen to be like in a cover 2 or a cover 3, that's fine because we still have the flat routes. We still have the post routes. So, the in route won't be as good against zones when it's motioned. You could still hit it, but it won't have as much of a window. But it doesn't matter because we have all the other routes on the field we can hit. So, that's mainly I do that just in case they're in man because I want the extra separation. Now, again, this post route against man, once it breaks over the middle like that, you're going to just completely annihilate the cornerback. If you see all the guys pressed up like that, my first read would be the post route every time because, like I said, it's typically going to be man. Still motion snap the other guy just to be safe, just in case they're using the post. But let me throw it one more time to show you. Once it breaks open over the middle, I mean, it's just great separation. But you don't want to wait too long because if you do, the cornerback can recover if it's a good cornerback. So if you see everybody pressed up, definitely just look to hit that post route right when he breaks open. And you want your best wide receiver there who can beat the press and has good route running to create the most separation. And the last thing is we have this out route to the running back. It kind of takes a little bit longer against man. See there? This is honestly a route that I don't like to throw unless I'm on the wide side of the field. So let's show it like that because even though it's an out route and the running back's fast, for some reason the man defender reacts a little bit better to this than it would if you say he was on the line of scrimmage since he's coming out of the backfield. So if you're on the wide side of the field, you kind of want to give yourself some room. And there he got a bad release, so we had to just we had to throw it to somebody else. But if he gets a clean release against man and you're on the wide side of the field, he's a more viable option because you need the room for him to kind of run away from the linebacker like so. You see, when he has the room to run away from the linebacker, he can actually make a play. But when you're in the middle of the field or on the short side of the field, the linebacker plays it pretty good initially. So, and usually in the game you're going to be on one of the hash marks, so you're not going to usually be in the middle of the field. So just keep that in mind. With this isn't the best play against man. It's a zone killer, but you're going to see mostly zone more than anything this year because zone is the meta. Most people aren't just running straight up man. So keep that in mind. Not the best play against man. It's a zone killer, but you have options to beat man. You just have to really take note of how the defense is playing. If everybody's pressed up on your wide receivers, you remember those little adjustments because it's going to make the play better against man. So if you enjoyed this play, just drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.